All right, everybody. Hi, welcome back to Transcending the Culture. I'm your host, Kwueen, here with the lovely Tiff.
Hi, everybody.
And we are two-thirds of your team. We have the boss man missing in action today. So we're just going to
Yes.
get into some hot topics and talk about a couple things that happened this week. We want to give a shout out to our other podcast sisters, Open Letters to a Survivor. They had a show on Sunday. So if you guys want to go back and check out the show, you can always go to ugdigital.com or UG Digital and Podcasting on Facebook and YouTube. So, Tiff, how you been, girl? How's your week been?
We're having a little technical difficulties, but we'll be all right. Kat, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Are you good? Am I good?
Okay. Yep. I'm good. Yep. Yep.
Okay, so how you doing? How's your week been?
Oh, my week been all right. Just okay. Really super busy. The youngest, he is starting school tomorrow. Hey!
Send them back.
Them
Send them
kids
back.
out my house. Hey!
They said
Girl, look,
them single moms gonna be ready for them brunch dates. If y'all know, y'all know.
period. Got your
I
good
know we
box
are.
full of supplies right here. Look,
Yes,
tonight in the
I
car,
know we
gone.
are excited for our kiddos to go back to school. My daughter starts next week. A lot of the private schools are starting this week. So APS, Akron Public Schools, is starting back next week. And
Mhm.
Michaela is going to the 11th grade, if you guys can believe it. Yeah, what
Junior.
grade is what about KJ? What grade is he going to?
He is going into the big seventh.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Wow.
honey. Very. So we had open house yesterday. He's going to a private school. It's strictly Catholic. Um,
Mm.
So we had open house yesterday, and it was like the vibe with the parent. It was like, "Hi, my name is such and such 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 such. How are you?" It's like you're kind of like used to it, like whoa, okay. So
Hmm.
it was like, okay, my name is Tiffany. They're like, oh, what is your name on Facebook? We're gonna invite you to the Facebook club. We're gonna do this. So they have like a whole seventh grade grade group on Messenger, and Kat, when I sit here and tell you, as soon as they accepted me, I had to friend people and all that. My watch started going off. Welcome, glad to have you. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to put this on mute. And so it's like my friend, she's for what she said, girl, the parents are very extra. So just to let he's gonna be going on play dates and stuff like that. So I'm like, hey, I'm cool with it. I don't care. Let's grow with it. So it was very, very nice. I recommend St. Patrick's and Kent to anybody who is looking for a really
Mm.
good private school, structure, and it's very structured, and the teachers really started to care, a lot. They're going to get him on track, and I'm just like super excited. Now the drive there, I'm not excited about, but within over time, I will be okay. So other than that, that's where we're at, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I know all the parents out there, all the transcenders, transcending parents. I know we all are excited for summer to be over. These kids and ate us out of house and home. They didn't play every game they could play. It's time to send them back.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So to all the kids, I hope y'all have a safe and blessed school year. Strive for those A's, try some new sports, try something new. And yeah, we'll be praying for y'all. We'll be praying for y'all the first couple days, be alive, praying for the parents, get them on time, make sure y'all got all y'all check them supply lists and everything.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna get into some hot topics. Um we are now, as you guys know, I will be having my show dropping soon. Cat got your tongue. So that's what we're going to be calling the hot topics going forward because I got your tongue, I got your ear, everything. Um, so the hottest, newest story that just dropped about an hour ago is J Lo and Ben Affleck are donezo. So
No.
if you all were rooting for Benifer round two, let's see. Jennifer Lopez files for divorce from Ben Affleck after 2 years of marriage. So what do you think about that too?
I just think J Lo just need to just sit down and just concentrate on her and Ben as well. There's a lot of people that goes back and forth, and sometimes you just gotta just say to yourself, hey, maybe it's just what for the best. Because J Lo, she goes back and forth all the time. I mean, I followed her since Diddy, so
Mm-hmm. And if you guys don't know, this is the second time that they have been in a relationship. The
back
first time they were
together.
engaged as well.
Yep, yep,
Um,
they sure was.
and so, what went wrong with the first engagement? They had made that movie Geely. Remember that
Yep,
movie that came
yep,
out and it bombed,
yep,
and it
yep.
kind of just tore them apart. And it's crazy that it seemed like history always repeats
Repeat
itself
yourself.
because she came out with this movie called The Greatest Love Story Never Told, and she put 20 million of her own money into this movie.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime, and it was critically panned. It was The
Mm,
critics weren't really feeling it, and she had and they even had a documentary about the making of the movie.
right.
And people watched the documentary more than they watched the movie because the
What?
documentary was J Lo begging her famous friends like, "Well, can you be in the movie?" And I'm like, I don't think this is the best idea. And
Yeah, right,
a lot of them told that. So,
right.
um, they warned her, but she went on headstrong. And I just think when it comes to Ben, she don't be listening to what he's saying because anybody knows about Ben Affleck, he's kind of a private person. He's a more of a writer, an actor, a private type person. He's not a celebrity. So it just they always seem kind of mismatched to me. It seemed like she always was bringing him on red carpets and stuff, and he really didn't want to, do all that. So I don't know, transcenders. Have y'all ever been in a relationship with somebody and it seemed like y'all just was on two different pages? You was shouting to the world, "This my man, this my man," and they over there like, I mean, yeah, but it just seemed kind of crazy how that relationship went. I don't know. And we're hearing that both sides are both going through it. They said that Ben Affleck is leaning on his ex-wife, actress Jennifer Garner. They were recently seen out. They were supposed to take their kid for to get his license or get his permit, learner's permit, and they said that he was so out of it. And if you guys don't know, Ben Affleck does have a problem with alcoholism. So
Sure does.
yeah, so the paparazzi were saying, and this is allegedly, that he looked drunk or he looked like he was, doing something or maybe had a hangover, but they said he was in no condition to
Wow.
go with the son or with the child to go get the test. So they said him and Jennifer Garner, she took him out and they just went to go talk about how he was doing, and he was just looking distraught. Um, J Lo has been leaning on her friends, like actress Leah Remini. And if you guys, both of
Mm.
them were previously in Scientology and things like that, and they had a friendship breakup when she got back to with Ben Affleck because her friend said, "I don't think this is a good idea." So now she back with her girls. They said she had a Bridgerton themed birthday party where she was seen drinking and turning up with her friends. So our hearts go out with to J Lo and Ben. I don't ever want to see anybody divorced, but sometimes when you spin the block, it does not work out. So, um,
So were
yeah.
they well, obviously they were staying together, her and Ben.
Well,
Uh
they had previously sold their house. A couple months ago, they put their house
60
on the market. So that was the first inkling that they were getting a divorce.
and a couple $60 million. Let me see. 60 cents. Let me see. Jennifer Lopez was living in a couple $60 million Beverly Hills abide while he stayed in a rental.
Yeah, he moved out to a rental. That was the main thing. That's what happened. After the movie came out, and after she got all the bad press for the movie, he ended up moving out, and she stayed in the home, but they put the home on the market. So that's how people kind of knew, like, that was their marital home that they were moving into together. So that's how a lot of people knew, the writing was on the wall with that one.
Right, right, right.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of crazy things going on this week. We have the public loving Miss Hillary Clinton's Bob. If you guys didn't see,
Okay,
um,
hold on, cuz let's see.
Hillary Clinton did a speech at the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, where she talked good about Kamala and dissed Donald Trump. And everybody said Miss Hillary didn't come. She had the old nasty Bob, okay? The B.O.B. call me the Bob. Yeah, they said she wasn't playing. She was looking good. She was sounding good. And they said she did a really good job endorsing Kamala Harris. So you guys make sure you get out and vote. That's very important, especially for this election. We have two polarizing sides. And we can't, what did she say? We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back to Trump. So yeah, but I just thought that was funny. That everybody was, because when Hillary was running, y'all was, we not feeling her, we not feeling her. All she had to do was get a little bob, and
That's all.
okay, that's all it took. That's all she
That's
wrote.
all.
Yes.
I see it.
So
I see it.
so we have rapper The Game coming out and saying that he is expecting a child with someone. And he's saying that he will be in his 60s when his child is in his 18 or 20s. He was joking about that. And there has been a lot of speculation on who
Yeah.
the mother is. So there are some rumors, and this is allegedly, guys, that he has impregnated Miss Shanice Harrison, which is the daughter of Evelyn Lozada. And if you guys remember, the show Marrying the Game came on right after Basketball Wives, and Evelyn and his ex were close friends.
Uh-huh.
So it's just kind of weird that
Yeah.
you got your ex fiance's friend's daughter pregnant, and Shanice, I believe, is, I want to say late 20s, early 30s. So it's pretty much a 15-year age gap between them. And the rapper has yet to acknowledge this relationship, but there are rumors swirling. They've been spotted out. So that is
Yeah.
supposed to be.
It's, it's a lot.
And
Yeah, because I'm
it's
looking at it. It's a lot of rumors.
it's a lot of rumors. And rapper The Game was seen at his friend's wedding over the weekend, and he actually tripped going down the aisle. So so you guys can catch and look at, I think they have it on the Shade Room in Hollywood Unlocked. If you guys want to get a good laugh, he was trying to be gangster in his little G walk, and he took a little tumble. So you can't be so hard body all the time. You can't be so gangster all the time. So and I'm the wrong person to fall in front of, because I always laugh. Like, I'm like so shocked and laughing, like I might run away, because you're gonna be mad at me when you get up. Yes, girl. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my God.
So yeah, so we also have rapper Blueface speaking out from jail. As you guys know, he has been sentenced to 4 years. And I believe he's in federal prison. Well, he has received 4 years behind bars, and his
Okay.
girlfriend, but baby's mother, rapper Krishan Rock, is facing up to 8 years. So they both are locked up separately, and the baby Krishan Jr. is supposedly in the care of Child Protective Services. He has been taken, and he has been handed over to someone for his care, and they have been speaking to him via the phone. And rapper Blueface, when asked about his current relationship with him and Krishan Rock, he said they are fighting.
What happened?
Do you know what happened? So Krishan and Blueface both were facing separate charges. in two separate states. So rapper Blueface is facing charges in Las Vegas, and Krishan is currently incarcerated in Oklahoma. He has received 4 years, and she is facing up to 8 years. So his stems from, they're both it's kind of the same thing. They were on probation for certain crimes, and they committed more crimes. So she was on probation, and then remember she punched Tamar's background singer,
I
Charles.
remember. Okay,
Yes,
okay, I remember that.
Mr. Charles Chanel. She punched him, and because she committed a crime while on probation in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So they gave her the time here, and then they extradited her. So whenever you commit something on probation, you can get the full
Yep.
sentence of whatever you're on probation for. So it don't even matter if whatever you did was small, you're looking at that time. So Krishan Rock and Blueface Child is supposedly facing developmental issues. Now, rapper Blueface came under fire for
Not
posting,
Oklahoma.
yes, in Oklahoma, because I guess that's where she's from. But rapper Blueface had posted a picture of the child's under regions, his genital area, and there was a
Yeah.
lot of abnormalities where he had to get surgery. There's been speculation of him having fetal alcohol syndrome, crude to chat, a lot of different things. So yeah, so I for one am kind of happy that the kid, not that it got taken away, but because it just seems like Krishan really wasn't doing what she was supposed to do with that kid. She
Wow.
didn't want to face that the baby was having disabilities, so she wasn't doing what I think she should have been doing. So we're gonna pray for Krishan Jr. and hopefully the
Absolutely.
parents will be reunited with the kids soon enough. Whack 100 came out and said that Blueface should be out in about a year to 2 years with good behavior, and I guess he has time served, and they're gonna double up some of his time. So if he keeps his nose clean, hopefully he'll be out sooner rather than later. Um,
Okay.
his mother, Carlisa, is on the Aunties podcast. Have you caught the podcast on the Zeus Network?
No, ma'am.
So it's Tokyo Tony, Black China's mom, and
Right.
Rick Ross' baby mom, and they've been cutting up.
Okay.
They on this episode they were supposed to fight. They be twerking. They be trying the different dudes that be on there. They was trying to kiss the game, and Tokyo Tony lift her leg up and showed the game a little something. So,
See, that's
and
that
he
BS
told,
right there. That's that bullshit.
yeah, he told, right, and he had told
Just
her, congratulations on your daughter's skills. Yeah, so it a hot mess. Um, and so then the biggest topic right now that's going around is the Braxtons. We gotta talk about the Braxtons.
okay.
So do you
Yes.
know? Have you caught on anything on social media that's going on, Tiff?
Not yet. I'm trying to actually get to that point to catch the Braxtons because that used to be my show for real. I just caught like the glimpse of the trailer and all that. So I'm gonna have to get on YouTube and see what's really going on with Tamar and her, which he used to call them Tamartians
Tay
or
Martians. So
Tamar.
that's what Katia. Yes, did you see Katia says she's a Tay Martian? She loves Tamar.
I bet she is.
She loves Tamar. It's so funny. But if you guys don't know, Tamar has been all over the place. Um, First, let's talk about Tamar. What's going on with her, and then we'll get to the Braxtons. So Tamar is supposed to be married to that man. If you guys don't know that, the Caucasian man that she was seeing named Jr.
Right.
Yeah. Now they have been having a back and forth relationship where he has hopped in other relationships with other black stars. So a lot of people are, saying he's a clout chaser, he's a money chaser, he's ebony jungle fever chaser. Like he just want him a famous black woman is what they said that he's looking for. Um, and so Tamar got on social media and said, F her family and they're toxic. And the only person she care about is JR, but he don't want to be with her and she's about to be divorced and she'll do anything to be with him. So I'm just like,
Well, wait a minute. What the world? Where did she meet this Jr.? First of all, where did she meet
They
him? Did she know that? She probably didn't really care, but
yeah, so
that's
she
weird.
yeah, so she met him on a reality show. It was like dating reality. Um I'm not so sure. I have to step away for 1 second.
Okay,
Tiff, can you go ahead and talk about tell them, update them on your life and what you're doing with the cancer center and your new puppy and
absolutely.
everything you got going on, okay? Thank
Yeah, because
you.
the fur baby is just like. So, hi everybody. This is your girl Tiff here with her fur baby Maxwell. He's a little hyper today, but anyways, just to give you a quick update, I will be starting back up the giveaway here soon. Also, with myself, I'm doing quite well. I'm in remission with the cancer, but I am also going to have in October a breast cancer awareness breakfast. It will be at my church, St. John CME Church, 1233 South Hawkins Avenue in Akron, Ohio, 44320. If anybody wants to join along, I will definitely give you that information here soon. Myself and Miss Annette King will be in charge of it, and we'll be having a lot of contents there. We'll have probably a guest speaker, a lot of resources, and also the company that I am building. I'm not going to say try because I am going to build, along with the help of my dear cousins, James and Cat Queen, and a couple of other people. But as of right now, I'm just doing it out of my own home, out of my own thoughts. And also, mental awareness is will be also coming up. Also, we will be discussing lupus, which my cousin, he's been diagnosed with lupus. I've been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. We'll be having some doctors on the show for people who have questions and answers. A lot of people out there, like I keep telling you, you have a voice, you use it. If you ever find out that you have breast cancer, men and women, you always can get in contact with me at Tiff Miller 7 at Facebook and on Instagram, on IG. And you can always inbox me if you have any questions. You can always inbox me, give me your phone number, and I will return your call, your answers, your questions, and all that. I can even refer you to any doctors here in Akron, or we can go on together and try to find you a good oncologist, a good hemoglobin specialist. If you have anything, any pain or anything, please do not ignore um, the pain that you have in your body, because it could be anything from a blood clot you don't even know. Um, also, there are different cancer walks that will be coming up soon. The most popular one is the one in Cleveland, that is usually at the, I want to say, beginning or the end of September. I did it last year, had a wonderful time. Shout out to my girls, Cinnamon Taylor, who took me along to the walk last year. I had an awesome time with her group. Also, there will be, check with other churches around your area. Some of them may be doing breast cancer walks or different types of walk. Mental awareness is coming up, and you have to be known if have a family member or a friend with mental illness. Please do not ignore the fact. Don't get mad at them. Try to talk to them, try to coach them, because there's a lot of suicide going on here in our city, in the state. And we don't talk to each other for a long time, and then next thing you know, you may hear about it on Facebook. Such and such had committed suicide. They were going through some things. You don't know. If you are going through something, talk about it. Talk about it. Just talk about it. And you will get answers. You will get, a lot of questions. So, with that being said, please, by all means, do your research. Please, by all means, reach out to your family members and all that. Please, by all means, if you have any questions, let me know. Kat as well. Like, me and Kat is very known of having anxiety
Oh.
going on. Mine is more so travel. I
Hmm.
had to travel for my first time last week to go get my sister from Detroit by myself. You guys, when I sit here and tell you what, it might have been 2.5 hours, but I had to pray. First of all, because my sugar drops a lot. My sugar dropped one time on the way there. I just
Oh,
basically
we.
I found some candy, just started sucking on it, and I kept it pushing there and kept it pushing back. I felt better because my sister was there with me on the way back, but on the way there, baby, it was like I couldn't. This is how bad it was, Kat. I didn't even play no music. I was
That's
doing
how you
90.
know.
I'm
That's
dead
how you
ass,
know. That's how I drive in the
dead
rain
ass.
because I'm not playing no games. I'm focused. I'm anxious.
I was focused. I was focused, and then when I got there, hella stupid traffic. The traffic was so ridiculous in Detroit. Going back, it was, but not such. I did 90 all the way, honey. Buick, Lacrosse. Anybody looking for a good car to go on the highway? Get you a Buick. Now it ain't good on the streets, but baby, I literally was like almost on a freak out mode. And the mental is just I don't want to be on no meds because I just feel like being on meds make it worse because when you come off of it, it's not good. I don't want to be
Yeah.
sleep.
Some
You know,
people like meds, some people don't. Some people
you are
choose
absolutely
therapy,
right.
some people use prayer, some people use yoga. I know a friend that does yoga for stress and anxiety. So it's just, all in what you do, but make sure you're talking to your family and friends. Make sure you're acknowledging it and doing something
Yes,
about it. And I want to touch on what you said earlier. If you are having trouble and feeling, suicidal, please reach out to people. Please call them hotlines. They got text. You could text them, text somebody back. I had a very bad mental health episode where I was very depressed and stuff earlier this year going through it. And I felt like, oh, I don't want to talk to nobody about it. I don't want to tell nobody, my business. I don't want nobody looking down on me. And I just broke down one night and I called my niece, Diana. And my niece
that's
just had
pumpkin.
this, yes, this week she just had her 25th birthday. Shout out to Diana.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday to all
baby.
the Leos. It's Leo season. And when I tell you, she was so mad at me that I didn't tell her before. She was like, "Why you didn't been tell me?" And she said, "If you kill yourself, I'ma kill you." And so she said, "She said you gonna be
Remember, that's
wait. She
what
said
Ike
I'ma wait."
Turner tell. That's what
Right?
Ike
That's
Turner
what she told
told Tina.
Tina. She
He said,
told me
"Bitch,
I'm gonna get.
if you don't
Yeah,
wake
she
up,
said I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna kill
get you
you."
from beyond the grave. So, but that girl really saved my life. She came over my house every day for a couple days. Oh, there him
Yes,
is.
yes.
There he
Even the
is.
dog is happy. Look at who just look who rose from the grave.
Stretch a little bit.
I
Mm-hmm.
can't even say nothing. Go ahead. Lord have mercy.
No, we was just
You
talking about
okay,
our
cuz? You
we was just
good?
talking about our own, struggles with mental health. Tiff was updating
Yeah.
everybody on what she's doing, and we was just, giving a shout out to the people that's there for us and telling people that we are a resource if you're ever feeling down. And also make sure you guys check out Open Letters to a Survivor. That is
Yes.
a great podcast for people that are going through things. They have all
And
kind
I
of
will be
resources.
on.
They talk about different. They have a different topic. They have so many resources. So if you ever have any mental health issues, there are definitely resources, virtual, in person, but also reach out to your family and friends. That's very important. James, how you doing? Sleeping Beauty.
Where'd you sleep, cuz?
No,
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened as soon as it's all over.
Okay.
Just a
Well, I'm
huge
just
okay.
glad to see your face
Yeah,
because
we was
at first
worried.
me and Ken, yeah,
a
because at
huge
first me
mess.
and Ken was like, after the first 10 minutes, I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? I'm in the backstage. Listen, and I told Kat, we doing this podcast because I done got connected to Facebook and Instagram. Oh, we doing this podcast.
Oh, it's a huge mess. It's a huge mess to tell you guys, but
Oh, the Transcenders, the Tay Martians. We gonna have to run it back with the Braxtons because our Tay Martians is in the building. Shout out to Katia and Carisha Hill in the building. Hello.
Hi,
What's
little
up? What's up? What's
cousins. Love you.
Have either of y'all actually watched the first couple episodes yet?
So I only watched the clips of the episodes where they was doing the therapy and things like that. So we had just touched on it a little bit, but we didn't really get deep into what all was going on. The last thing I said, I was updating people on Tamar's relationship with JR and how they are allegedly married. And Tamar has said F her family and they're toxic and I only want my man. I'm gonna do whatever for my man. And people are, saying JR is a clout chaser. Now he's not really there for Tamar, and he's causing a lot of the rift between the family. So, James, can you give us a little insight since you watched a couple of episodes? Or
I think it was honestly like I think it's been really good so far. It's a little different than what I expected. I mean, obviously, it's kind of the same deal as before. I mean, before it was, the Braxton's family honors or
values.
The Braxton's family values, and now it's just the Braxtons. And I got to see an interview that they did. They've been doing so many interviews. Like Tawanda and Trina they've like really, really been making the rounds as far as press for the show and talking to people and just giving them, a broader scope of, kind of the basis of the show. And it's really a lot of the same thing. I mean, they're talking about their lives, but I think this season specifically is really more dedicated to kind of the memory of Tracy. And really,
it's so hard as a fan to watch those clips, clips of Tracy's last days and how they're carrying on with her and they trying to, keep her spirits up, and knowing how Tracy was, it's heartbreaking because as my, me having, it's 4 girls, having a lot of sisters and our dynamic, I couldn't imagine. So it's really, really hard.
Yeah, it's really about her memory. They said that she really wanted to chronicle, what was happening, with her having the esophageal cancer, as they said that it was. And, obviously she didn't make it through the battle. So they're kind of using this as an opportunity to really, like I said, show what happened in that, throughout her battle. And I just didn't expect them to go as deep as they did. Like the second episode, like it's kind of showing them, like the first 2 episodes is really showing them getting back into it, and then coming to the conclusion that they need to have some type of like grief therapy. So when they actually go into counseling on the second episode, it was just like, wow, like they went really, really deep, and you could tell like how bad Trina took it. And then you then learn throughout the episode that Trina was there when she took her last breath, and she has kind of like she feels guilty. She feels guilty that she's here living her best life or trying to live her best life, and that she's doing good, and maybe she shouldn't be good because
that's survivor's remorse.
Yeah. It's just you could tell that it hit her really deep. I think it probably hit her the deepest, or at least.
And then which one said that they weren't strong enough to be in the room for her last breaths? I forget which one said.
That's Trina. Yeah, that was Trina. So at least from right now, or at least from looking at the second episode, it looks more like Trina, took it the worst. But I think, just kind of predicting and thinking about, I think that it's ultimately going to come out that somebody else probably took it even a little harder than what Trina did. And, we all get into a place where like we're trying to deal with stuff and we cover stuff up and kind of, push it to the side and that sort of thing. And I think that kind of the history that they have is that they kind of push things off, and they may not necessarily deal with it all the way just because of everything else that's going on in life. And, they're trying to keep up with Tracy's son and make sure that he's good. And then he's got some legal stuff going on, which kind of taps into the second episode too. But you don't really know the full scope of that. Like, at least right now, it looks like maybe somebody tried to set him up or whatever. But again, you don't really know. So, it's a lot kind of hanging there, and that people will probably find out as the season goes on. But like the first episode, it was a lot. But then when you got to the second episode and you saw it, it was just like, wow. Like, I was tearing on the second episode. Like, when they showed like the actual videos of Tracy in the hospital, and like her hair was gone and she was really weak and she was trying to dance, but you just
I was having such a hard time trying to watch that. And look, this is what my sister said: Kat and Katia, I promise if something happens to you, I'm gonna go ahead and head to glory too. I know that's right.
Oh my God.
Literally be undone. I would just go live under a bridge and be a troll if one of y'all hill girls pass. And that is why I've been able to watch the clips, but I have a problem with facing stuff like that, because knock on wood, prayed up, thank the Lord, I have not, lost anyone that close to me that I'm so afraid. So sometimes I can find myself avoiding things like that, or if a family member or if a friend's family pass away, I kind of, ease back, or I get kind of scared, because that is like my worst fear. So I know that the Braxtons are going through it by how close they are. Like, when you're really close with your family, your sisters, like we are like them, we were like a little unit. So it's just it's really hard for me to even wrap my mind around that. Like, I can't. Yeah, that's what they say. It's too close to home for us. This is our show that we watched as sisters. We would get over to my mom's house, and we saw ourselves almost like the Braxtons or one of those families. So it's really, I have been taking it really hard, facing Tracy's death, and I'm just a fan. So I can't even imagine the dynamic and everything that they're going through. And if you guys don't know, Tawanda and Tamar have been feuding. And there's a big, the internet is divided right now on whose side they on. Are they on Tamar's? Are they on Tawanda's? Right. Tawanda has went no contact with Tamar because of so-called actions and things. And Tamar is very upset and saying that she doesn't feel that that's fair. She feels like, they picking on her and that they, whatever. Yeah. But so I don't know, James, do you have a side that you feel is the right side, or what side you go with?
You know what? For real. And as much as I follow and as much as I watch, I'm kind of in a space right now where I'm like, it's even for me, it's too soon to even try to pick a side, because I just think they all be all over the place. But then I think the bigger piece of it is that, obviously they're family, and I just have seen, like, with stuff in the past where you hate to say that, like, a lot of that, like, certain stuff is for TV, because I think that they're being genuine, like, in what they're presenting, and they're showing you reality and that sort of thing. But I also just keep in mind that even so, it's still TV. So there's a lot of there's a big factor of it that's for TV, and I just feel like some of the stuff, like, while I don't think that any of the stories are made up or anything, I think that some stuff kind of gets stretched out and it gets exaggerated, and it makes it look like there's this big issue, but behind the scenes, I think that they might be having some struggles behind the scenes, but I think on the bigger, I guess on a broader spectrum, I think that a lot of that stuff gets worked out or whatever. A lot of that stuff gets worked out, and they really be fine kind of behind the scenes. Yeah. And of course, when we're seeing it, because when you look at these episodes, like, this stuff was filmed in March. So, a lot of times, like, even right now, like, they good, and they just kind of watching the playback and that sort of thing. But
they said that them, Tawanda and Tamar having that, rewatching that argument, they started beefing on social media.
Probably.
So they might have
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I think probably. Some of it too, like, I think some of it feeds the popularity of the show too. And I think at the end of the day, they know that even, reality or not, it's still about ratings too. And they got to keep the ratings up. So I'm not even in a spot where I'm ready to pick a, this.
Katia said, why are they beefing? Well, short answer is Wanda said that she was too in her grief and too, going through too much for Tamar's antics. She said Tamar got too much going on with that man, with let's not forget, we spoke on this earlier, Krishan Rock attacking James Chanel, coming on there with charges. Tamar supposedly fighting Tommy Lee over that man, because let's not forget, JR jumped out of a relationship with Tamar and took Tommy Lee out to a public, what was they, at a basketball game, front row. So, and everybody knows Tamar is very animated. She's very loud. She's very demanding. She is the baby of the family, which I am the baby. So I know that we can be very bratty. We can be, we want our way. So Tawanda said she didn't have no more headspace for nothing that Tamar was doing. She said, I ain't got time for that. So she said she went no contact with Tamar for a while. She said it wasn't forever, but she said she needed a moment, which I do understand. During grief, people grieve differently. People can't, so Tamar,
Absolutely.
like, you my sister, so why you ain't answering the phone from, that's how Tamar looking at, like, I don't care, we family. But Tawanda is like, my feelings are valid. So I both sides. Like, I feel like James, I can't really pick a side.
And
What's
then,
wrong, Tiff? Oh. Tiff been real quiet. I want to hear Tiff's take on this.
You know what? I never really, I'm basically the only child. So I never really grew up with my sister and my brother. So it's like I don't know. But when my sister was here over the weekend, it kind of felt like me and her, grew up and everything. And then me and her over my mom's house, and she's talking to my mom. It felt weird. I can't really say. That's why I just be like, when I sit here and you sit here and listen to you talk about you and your sisters, I envy you so much. And James growing up with his sister, Joy. I never had an argument.
Ain't nothing to envy about that. Ain't nothing to envy about that.
Yeah, right. James and Joy.
I mean,
they don't do nothing but call each other all day on day.
You know what? Let me tell you about that. I hope Joy is watching. You know what? It's weird because as I look back at, like, I think like our childhood, like, we're 4 years apart. So it's kind of, I guess, the classic case, where you have the younger sibling who wants to be in the middle of what the bigger sibling is doing, and they can't because they too young. And then she got her own friends, I got my own friends. And I think that was more of the gripe, like, when we were growing up. But then once I kind of started getting my own friends, that sort of thing, then it's like, not that we grew apart, but I think a lot of that kind of went away, because then it was like, okay, I got my own friends and she got her own friends. And now, absolutely, like, we was like super close growing up. Like, we rode to school together in the morning. So, like, I think the first time I felt it where it was like, I can't be around my sister or that sort of thing was like when I was going into high school. And because we're 4 years apart, she was going into college. So she had moved, she had moved to Virginia. I think that's when.
And you left all alone.
Right. That's how I felt. But I think that's when I realized, like, sometimes you don't realize how close you are to that sibling until one of them is gone or something. So it was like, God, like, I'm by myself. But I think, like, kind of in her going away to school, like, it brought us closer together. So, like, we became really, really close. Like, it's weird. Well, I hate saying this weird, but I know that a lot of families don't be like this. But, like, we talk every day. Whether it's first thing in the morning or in the middle of the day or the middle of the morning or the evening or like FaceTime. And that's me, Joy, and my mother. Like, we be on FaceTime every day, damn near all day, calling each other back and forth. We got group texts and all of that kind of stuff. And that's just kind of where it is. I mean, it's kind of you get a lot of the same sibling issues and little stuff like that. But I don't know. I just think that we deal with stuff a little bit better or a lot better or whatever. Or I just know when to shut up because Joy a lawyer. So you know Joy gonna overtalk you and overpower you anyway and what she got to say. So sometimes sometimes I just know to shut up. Like when we get on the family reunion calls, boy, if you can Joy up, I be like, somebody
Joy's stupid. But then Joy would call me and be like, so Tiff, so tell me about such and such. This is how I am not making this up. That's how she talks. So what's going on with and I'll be like, cuz listen, so this is what happened.
And that's exactly how Tiffany sounds too.
But no, on the serious note, it's like I was just telling my mom today. So we was, calling people about my Eastern Star Prayer Breakfast that's coming up, right? And so she was like, she would call her friends, because my mom, she know folks. And so every last one of them, oh, hi, Tim. How are you? It's all punkin, or I'm all the kind of pet names, and they just love me. You are so beautiful, this, that, and the third. So I told my mom was like, I see why you like my friends. I see, well, first of all, I love your friends because they're hilarious and they got money. No. No, seriously. I said if I had a sibling, I probably would have had nothing coming because they'd be like, "Nah, Diane, we can only do one." So I said I'm blessed to be the only child because I get any and everything from my mom's friends. But it was a bitter moment when my sister was here because I kid you not, it was like me and her looked just like each other. I'm the middle child, and then it's my brother. But it was like her sitting there talking to my mom. It was almost like my mom had both of us. You know what I'm saying? Because I would just sit there and, my nephew being there. I have a nephew. I have two nephews actually from my sister and a niece. But I just wish I had that argument, you know what I'm saying, growing up with them or that experience. And I just don't.
Yeah, I can get that because I kind of had both. I had all four of my sisters, but about, I want to say it might be about 10 years now. 10 years ago, we found out we had an older brother from our father's side.
Yeah.
And so, and we have been in each other's life for 10 years. So we have been a big part of each other's lives. But sometime I remember me and my sisters crying together and like, I wish that he could have been with us when we was younger. Because we just love him so much, and me and my brother, we two peas in a pod. We mesh very well together. So it's like, dang, but we're still building that relationship. And shout out to Harley, I love you. That's my big bro. So he be giving me the best advice. So I just wish that I could have had somebody, because how our family was. It was all girls there, but like you fight one of them girls, it's 10 girls coming up out of that house.
Yeah,
absolutely, and cousins too.
That's what I'm saying, because it was mostly girls. That's what I'm saying. Like when we was at my grandma's house, they said it's 20 girls that stay up in that house. Don't mess with them.
She ain't lying, James. She ain't lying.
Yeah. No, I like the relationship that y'all have. Like, the way that y'all keep up with each other, and especially with how your brother came into the picture and your dad, and you come to Cleveland. Like, I like the relationship that you guys have. And I think, like, kind of going back to the Braxtons, like, I think that, look, I'm reading Kathy's comment down at the same time.
Me and Hardy look like twins. Yeah, my brother, he looks like all of us too. Like, when we went out, people was like, who is that? He looked just like y'all. Like, when we went out, people was like, wait a minute. Like, people was like, I know it's for y'all, but who is this? So it's like, and I love my brother just like any one of my sisters. So it's like, I couldn't imagine losing any one of them. So that's why I feel like it's really hard. A lot of people have been saying it's been hard to watch the Braxtons, because just knowing how Tracy, and then I do feel like I felt a lot like Tracy, because I was, even though she's not the youngest, but I was the youngest growing up, and my sisters was doing their own thing. And Tracy got pregnant, and she had to stay home while they was, doing a Braxton Sisters album and stuff.
And I'm glad you mentioned that too. I like the comment that
He
Trina
sure
made.
did.
Trina and Tawanda, they went on the Shade Room,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Okay.
video is on YouTube. So if you watch that video, it's like maybe an hour long or something like that. But in the interview, Trina makes a comment to say, like, as far as like the group therapy and whatnot, she really believes that, like, when there's multiple people, they should kind of do therapy by themselves first, and
Right.
then later they can come into it and they can kind of combine and then talk amongst each other, as and work together after they've done it by themselves. And I think she makes a really good point, because as like, I think what it's doing is unearthing a lot of the other issues that kind of
Mm-hmm.
have been there over the years, that, again, just like I was saying before, like stuff that they really have not dealt with. And there's sometimes you just have to listen to the stuff that they're saying and like really listen to them and pick some of the stuff apart. And
Yeah.
if you think about, if you look at like the history of a lot of what Tony Braxton talks about, in different, and not even just with these episodes, but if you go back to past seasons and you listen to certain comments that she makes, like, there's a lot of, not animosity, but just there's a lot there, as far as when she made it and she made her big break and she felt like she had to bring her sisters along and she couldn't
Mm-hmm.
really do it for herself, and like
Yeah.
Brown singing for her. And she makes some comments like in this therapy session where she says that her parents were not good at letting them be individuals and kind of do their
Mm-hmm.
own. And I think a lot, there's a lot there where Tony is kind of still upset inside because she feels like she didn't have the chance to go out and just do it for herself or do her own thing. And I just think
And
that there's a lot of different issues and stuff like that there. Like, Tamar seemingly has kind of been, the most drama filled the whole
mm-hmm.
time, but and even through the Braxton family values. But I just think that there's a lot there, and that's the way that it shows itself or whatever. So I think a lot
Yeah.
more, like, I like therapy type stuff.
I
So
like therapy sessions and
Mm-hmm.
shows because they be telling them about themselves, and sometimes be the
yeah,
first time they hearing it. But the crazy thing, did you see on Facebook or the memes going around saying that the show villain is Tamar, but they said the real villain is Miss Evelyn, because they said Miss Evelyn set the tone for
Right.
all the dysfunctional stuff that's going on.
man,
And
yeah,
Right.
yeah. And they always say
yeah,
the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So
exactly.
I think there's definitely a lot there with everybody. And obviously this
Yeah.
therapy stuff is gonna really pull some
It's
stuff
going to
out.
unearth stuff, and I will talk from my own experience dealing with therapy and coming from a large family,
Yeah,
and coming from a generation where, coming from a black household, a lot of people don't get into therapy, and then even if they do, it's almost, what stays in this house, what goes on in this household stays in this household, or well, that's your
Your
family, that's your
household.
sister. So it's like, when you're grown and you're undoing a lot of, I'm undoing a lot of things that I was taught. Not to say that it was the wrong way, but it was their way. It's not my way. It's not the way that's making me healthy. So I realized that I was doing a lot of being polite, people pleasing, because that's what I was taught. Be polite, be a woman, be agreeable, be a, not to say don't have boundaries, but I had to learn that, hey, maybe that's not always appropriate every time. Maybe I need to start speaking up for myself. And so
right.
I think it takes for you to go through those hard there. Everybody think therapy, you're gonna leave and you're gonna feel rejuvenated. Anybody that went through
No,
therapy
you're
know
not.
it take a lot of sessions
No.
before you feel like that. My therapist told me it's almost like surgery. It's gonna get worse before it's gonna feel worse before it feel better. And so
My
I think
therapist
that, go ahead, Tiff.
my therapist, I love my therapist. She lets me talk, and then she'll, tell me, what she thinks and everything. And she told me the same thing. She said, Tiffany, it's a lot. And I got her scheduled. Listen, baby, when I sit here tell you, she just came back from vacation, and I said, I have a lot to talk about. You just do not understand, man. She
That's how
started
I be.
cracking. I said, So the whole hour, I schedule her. Look, I schedule her for one day, and 2 days later, I'm going back to her. That she said you did. I said everything you got open, baby. I'm taking.
That's how I am. I'm supposed to go every 2 weeks, but when I'm in the thick of stuff, she'll be like, "Should we make an appointment for next week?" I'm like, go ahead, make that. Go on and make that, girl,
Yeah.
because I didn't get out what I needed. I didn't work these things out. And I got therapy in the morning. I love my therapist. I will tell everybody, even if you don't want to, if you just want somebody to talk to, like people got to stop using their friends and their relationships and their
Woo,
parents as therapy. That is not
baby.
therapy.
Right.
That is
It's
not
not.
therapy. And it's not fair to, I realized one time my friend told me, she said, I don't have the mental capacity for your problems right now. And
Damn.
I swear to God,
What?
I swear to God, and I at first I was taken aback, but I had to realize she got her, she got 2 kids, a marriage, her
Right.
own
Right.
therapist, her own problems. Why am I
Right.
unloading on her?
And that's a lot for somebody to take on, but then it's also a lot for them to even be able to say that, because it's not really an easy way to say it where
It's
the
not an easy
other
way.
person is gonna understand, immediately that.
You have okay, so like years ago, I had learned from this one of my friends. She was like literally telling me all about her problems. I will never forget Summit Mall. Now it wasn't Summit Mall, Chapel Hill Mall. I was walking through Chapel Hill Mall, and I'm telling her, this and this and that third. She stopped me in mid and was like, I would appreciate it if you would just let me talk because I'm venting and I don't need your remarks or anything. I took that to stride, and ever since then, I just said, listen. So then it's like when I unload my problems off of people, I have to really realize that I'm venting, and I just want you to listen. But it's not good to use your friends as therapy because they, for one, don't have the problems that you have. So they're going to look and they're going to say something. You're going to have that one that's going to say something. But luckily, I can go to, I have one that I can go to and tell her my problems, tell her when I'm going through pain wise and all that. And she will totally listen and she won't comment unless I say, well, what do you think about that? I already know in my head what I need to do.
Yeah.
But I just need to, like, I loads off on you guys sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But you got that one, man. I tell you what, you got that one to be like, yeah. So I'm not going to say that to you no more, or I'm not going to use you. You know what I'm saying? Because you be at the heat of the moment, you be so mad, you want to
Yeah.
call on somebody
Yeah.
right there
Sometimes you
because
just
your
need
counselor
to
ain't available because she in the
right. But I
fucking.
be telling
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
in the
sorry.
behind a little too personal there, Tiff.
See what I'm saying? See what
But
I'm
no,
saying?
I be asking people, I be like, do you want a vent or do you want a solution?
Right. Do you
Because
want a
I'm the
solution?
type of person that, my mom is a counselor, like licensed therapist,
Yes, she
everything.
is.
And I come to her and I tell her things, and she is solution based. She's one of those, okay, well, here's what we do, and this is what we, and I'll be like, listen, I just wanted to vent. I'm going to make whatever decision I'm going to make. I
Right.
just need you to be a listening ear. But you cannot
Absolutely.
control how the person is going to. That's why I say
No.
it's best to go for the professionals, because
Yes.
then you don't have to worry
Yes.
about that. Then, say you talk about, oh, my boyfriend is this and my boyfriend is that, and you telling your friend or your mom, and then next week you with them and they over there, they giving them the eye
Period. Yeah,
because they ain't
yeah.
you might have forgiven them, but they didn't. Now they got some kind of notion. So I just say, leave it to the professionals and talk to whoever you can, but just don't always. I know I be unloading on people and I be like, girl, let me tell you what did happen and blah blah blah, and I be like, dang, I know she got all them problems, and I'm good for telling people, girl, I'll call you back, and don't call back and if it's too much. Matter of fact, hey,
Yeah.
this my mama called me out the line, I'm gonna hit you right back, girl.
You know what, Cat?
Okay, for sure.
I can't. I'm like the nice one, and I'm the dang, you know what I'm saying? And I will sit there and like literally, I'm the caring one. Like I literally care
I
about
be
what's going
caring,
because
but to a
I've been
certain
through
point.
it. I've been through it, through the abuse. I have been through everything known to man. So that's why I want to get my business going with the abuse and all that. But how do you guys feel about those media that be on TikTok and Instagram that tell you, how to be in a relationship and
I
all that
thought you
other
was talking
stuff.
about them people that be having them cards and they be like, this
That's what I thought she was talking about.
Uh-uh.
you have love in your future. You
The
have
tour,
like
the
the
terror.
tarot reading.
Card.
Y'all ain't gonna lie. I was really into that. I'm talking about 100% into it because they was dead on with an Aries, with a Cancer, I'm talking about dead on, and I'd be like, to the point where it kind of like would brainwash me, and I had to really get away from that because I'd be like, that explains why.
That explains it.
Okay, yeah, I would read it,
I'm gonna
but
tell
it
you.
would be.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just gonna say I've stayed away from. I was gonna say I have purposely stayed away from a lot of stuff like that because even though I think like in normal times, I can be like, okay, that stuff ain't true and blase. But when you actually get around somebody and you start listening to that stuff, it start making you think. It start making you think. And
you be like, I need to call Miss Cleo and ask her about this man.
Right.
The vibes is off, and she gonna know.
I stay away from all that stuff.
I swear, I be thinking that should be so dead on, but I have to the point
really, really, clairvoyant or whatever, and they be knowing, but I stay away from it because, like I said, I be hanging on every word, and I'll be scared to make a decision when I talk about it. So I'm like, let me just chill. But
I was.
And then I do like some of the therapy talk on TikTok, but you have to realize that some of these people are not licensed. Some of these people have no credentials. Some of these people have a 60-minute life coach course that they took online, and now they're calling themselves a life coach, and they really don't have that background. So you have to take any information. I tell people any information you see on the internet, take with a grain of salt, unless you know it's from a trusted source. So I do follow a couple of therapy people, but I follow someone that's into women empowerment. That's about women and, being your best self and stuff like that. I follow someone that's, she does a calming. Her name is Amy, and every day she lives on the beach. So every day she go live on the beach and watch the sunset, and she tell you, be your best self and be calm and confident and stuff like that. So I'll be watching that in the morning, like, okay, girl, like, all right, give me my little pep talk. And then I follow some of the girls that be talking about relationships and how to deal with this is a narcissist and this is how you find a good relationship.
That's what I was talking about.
That. I'm like, now some of them I like I said, I take with a grain of salt, but some of them have some good things to say, and they have taught me a lot about dating. I have really learned that you really got to look at somebody's actions, and if they actions and they words ain't matching up, then that's really, what do they say? That's manipulation. If somebody's actions and words, and that was one thing that really opened my eyes, because I'm like, especially as women, I feel like we be like, oh, well, he didn't call me, or well, he texted me, so he texted me today. Does that mean he liked me? Or oh, well, he took me to dinner, but he didn't buy me no flowers. Or we read into every little bit of thing.
That was my issue.
Got to somebody telling me, like, look, the way they treat you is how they feel about you. And once that kind of soaked into my head, that was like almost life changing to me. Yeah. So, them TikTok therapists, sometimes they come through with a little.
Well, you know what? It's so crazy. It's so crazy because I would hear that from a person that I know that would tell me that, that quote like the radio teachers, and all that. And then I'm sitting here looking at TikTok or Instagram, and it will come through my feed and all that. And when a guy, what irritates me the most is when the guys get on there talking about what irritates me the most. Now you have empowerment that they'll tell you, like, you may want to watch out for this and that third. But when the guys get on there and be like, she needs to be treating you like this, and she needs it, and if she don't do this and that thing, then she ain't for you. And that is what really irritates me and gets to me. And then you go in the comments,
red pill talk,
right? And then the comments be like, Yeah, and I just be like, first of all, I'm 47 years old, and I was not brought up on these things that's coming on TikTok and all that. That's what I have a counselor for, and like you said, she is paid, she is licensed, she's a professional, she's all of that. Them dudes, them people that be on that stuff, you don't even know what they're doing to with for them to even come on talking about, oh, well, you need to do that. Guys and females, you don't know. As soon as they get up off a line, they hitting their girlfriend, or they cussing them out, but they want to get on here and try to tell another person how the girl should be, how the female, your wife or girlfriend is supposed to be acting. Man, dog, when I sit here and tell you, I'm not listening to that. I don't. That's why I had to get away from the tarot card readings, because it was
when
like,
when I see anything really, like that, you know what I do? Not interested, blocked. I
was really into it. It was brainwashing me for a bit. To the point
that's what they do. This is what Miss Cleo was doing back in the day. And you guys, I think Miss Cleo,
everybody's phone bill about $2,000.
Exactly. I know I for sure call me now. I know I called her and got a whooping from my mama.
Did either of y'all watch the movie?
No, I want to watch it. Did you watch it?
I did too.
What movie?
It's a Miss Cleo documentary, or a real life movie. It's a movie.
It's a movie, and the Lady of Rage is playing Miss Cleo.
Yeah. Call me now.
Is that? Shut up, cat.
I can't stop saying it. Come on, y'all know back in the day, she'd come on, hey, Miss Cleo. I'm like, hey, that's my girl.
But wait a minute, y'all. But wait a minute. When I did use my grandmother's phone to call her, you ain't get Miss Cleo.
Yeah, you got some random person.
I know.
She coming at me with the bill, talking about what's this.
No, for real. I'm telling you, that thing they wasn't playing.
I said, call me now.
I for sure got. I'm trying to see where this movie is coming out. Lifetime announces biopic. So I think it's still getting. I think they shot, but it hasn't premiered yet. So I want to see that, but I definitely got to.
What's that? The movie?
Yeah.
I think it came. I want to, and don't quote me, but I want to say it came on last week.
It was what?
Yeah, I want to say that it came on last week. I'm gonna look it up because I believe it came.
Oh, you know what? It did come out. It came out on 8/10. So I'm reading the old. Yep. August 10th.
Yeah, it came
on Lifetime channel. No, it's on Lifetime. So you can watch it on Lifetime Movie Network. Right. Any other app, the Lifetime Movie app is free.
You know what else is really good? Is Halle Berry's new movie, The Union. It's on Netflix.
I have not heard about that, and I actually wanted to talk about Miss Berry next.
It's on Netflix. Check it out.
Miss Berry. So if y'all don't know, Halle Berry is headed back to court, y'all. She is fighting for custody of her son that she has with the Frenchman. I think his name is Olivier. And they talking about, oh no, Halle done lost another baby. Why they always got to bring up losing Isaiah when it comes to Halle?
That was a good movie too.
That was a good movie, and she had that. What was that other movie? And they said she always losing somebody's kid. She had to find her kid. They said Miss Berry. She always losing kids. So Halle Berry seeks sole legal. Stop, y'all making me laugh.
You were stupid.
Halle Berry seeks sole legal custody of son from Olivier Martinez. And you guys don't know, they have been custody back and forth because I think one of them lives in France and one of them lives in LA. I think Halle lives in LA now. And they have, at first, he had took her to court when the baby was little, and he had majority custody because he was citing her, working movies and being all over the world. And so then when they broke up, they had a she pays him child support, a large amount of child support. So now they're up to 50-50, and she's in a relationship with what is that man's name? Is it Vance Jones? Is that his name?
No, it's Van Hunt.
Van Hunt.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Van. Oh, don't quote me on that one. Van Hunt,
But
guys.
I'm just trying to figure that situation out.
They
Like
seemed really mismatched, but people say that they're very happy. And she has been asking her baby's father if they all could be in family therapy together to talk over their differences. And he said, that's gonna be a hard no, sis. No.
yeah,
So she was trying to get a judge to force him to have some type of mediation or family court, but you know, it's they're in a legal battle right now for custody.
I guess
So.
I don't know. And obviously I can't even get my words out. I think like with any situation, like I'm on the outside looking in, like you know, everybody's on the outside looking in, so you don't really know everything that went on, but it's like it just seems weird that, like, first off, I think that her and Van Hunt are good together. I think that's really good for her. And you know, clearly they've been doing very good, but I think there's a part of me that just really wonders like what happened as far as, you know, the child, and you know, obviously him getting custody. I mean, I'm assuming he has full custody or whatever, and she's paying child support. And how did it come down to
Well,
that?
so when they first had the child, he was staying home with the child and she was going off on movies. So if anybody knows, however you start off, that's usually what the judge wants to keep. So if Halle Berry was the breadwinner and she was leaving and the son was getting taken care of almost 24/7 from the dad. So when they split up,
and that makes sense.
And
it's important for people to know that piece.
Yeah, people didn't know that. The dad provided all the care. But what people said was he was doing that plotting because he knew what was going to happen, and he wanted to set that up. So I'm not sure that's allegedly, but it just kind of is kind of jacked up how it happened because he ended up taking, like, they had like he had basically like 75% custody and she had visitation and she had some rights, but they had to work up. So now they're at 50-50. They worked up to 50-50 because people don't understand, even if the other parent wasn't doing nothing wrong. So the judge can't say, oh, I got to get a custody of Halle Berry. They can only look at what the parent did. The parent had him since he was little. So they weren't never going to give her more custody because we're not going to take this kid away from who he's with the most.
Right.
And I think that's where, go ahead. I'm sorry, Queen.
No, I was just saying, you know, that is why this has been an uphill battle for her. And this is why she has another child with her ex husband, Gabriel, and she's facing the same thing because the judge is kind of looking at the overall family dynamic, and they like, well, you're the breadwinner, you're out of the country, you're here or there, and these men are taking care of the kids. Well, they need the money, and you, when you were in a relationship, you were providing that money, so you better keep doing it, kind of type thing. So so you know, we don't really know what's going to happen with that. They are still locked in a custody battle, and she says she at least wanted to have a therapy session so they could co-parent, because she said that her the child's father, Olivier, is, and this has been alleged since they broke up, that he badmouths Halle so bad that he calls her racist terms. And he says that he said his son does not identify as being black or being a black boy or black man because he doesn't have that much in him. And he's raising him to not acknowledge his black side at all. And so now that Halle is with a black man and she's trying to, you know, mold her son, she said her son is shunning everything from her in that culture in favor of his father. And she's like, that's going to set the child up, you know, for failure in life. If you live in life and not acknowledging half of your heritage, and, you know, so that's really why all this fight is coming up, because she says he's, in a sense, brainwashing the son against her.
I think that's where you have to be careful when you lay down with
okay.
And who you had kids with.
And a lot of people think that with your celebrity, it protects you from those things, and it doesn't.
I say all the time that you know, when people turn out to be this way, and I'm speaking in terms of what's his name, Olivier, or
Olivier Martinez.
I find that when people turn out to be this way, that they have been this way all the time,
They've been that way.
and it just be shit that you over. It just be shit that you overlook. Um, I mean, it just be shit that you overlook. You got to be careful who you
Yeah,
lay
so
down with.
they
You got to
were
be careful
actually
who you had
they were
kids
actually
with.
married for 3 years. They were married
Yeah,
from 2013 to 2016. But she also has
but it
her other
sucks though
partner,
because
Gabriel Aubrey, that she had, and they almost did the exact same thing, with
yeah, but
her. They took
I
the
just
kids and
feel
kept the
like
money.
it's like you really could kind of on certain at certain points you can kind of side with either side of it, because if he was providing all the care and you was out doing movies and doing this and doing that, then that it kind of makes sense as to why the system was set it up the way that they set
Hmm.
it up. And then of course people are going to say that, oh well, he made it that way on purpose so that he could get, but he ain't make her go and do all, and be away and do all.
You're
And
right about that.
and that's not saying that she did anything wrong and that he did anything wrong, but then, I hate when the system has to come in. I hate when the system comes in and then they kind of split things up the way that they do, because sometimes
Hmm.
it's not really in the best interest.
It's not in the best interest of the
Not in the best
child, but you got
interest.
to understand these are they're in two different countries.
I mean, I just think,
So
and
it's like,
everybody don't think the
how do you
same.
share custody if you in two
Yeah,
different countries? You can't. There's going to be one person that has them over the majority, and there's going to be another person that's not. And if
every,
he already been had the kid, what do you think's going to happen? So
I mean, I'm
we see
just
this
like,
we see this story
as a
with
father.
ball players. We see this with fathers mostly,
Yeah,
where they divorce the wife and they have to pay all this child support, alimony, and all these things because they were the breadwinner. And we want a equal society, so we can't say that this is good to do for fathers but not for mothers when the mother is gone and the mother is a breadwinner. So
yeah.
it's just
I
kind of
just think like,
unfortunate.
I'm just like, as a father, as a parent, as an adult, as a father, like, why would I want to keep my kid away from his mother?
Hmm.
I mean, it's I don't know. It's that's you kind of you got to fault both sides, but it sucks for the kid because
Yeah,
the kid is in the middle, and it sucks.
yeah,
I
it does.
hate to hear it. I hate to hear it, and I'm glad that you explained, obviously how it was in the very beginning, because then that makes sense as to
That
why
makes Yeah, it
the
makes a lot of
system is set
sense.
up the way that they do. I mean, but that's why I always think it's better for the two parties to really be adults and just work things out themselves.
Yeah, you really
To
should
get the
be able
system
to,
involved.
but it's quoted that both of her children's fathers are very strong-headed and unwilling to compromise, and so that's why she lost out on a lot of time with her kids. And so, she said she slowed down. She doesn't do a lot of movies, and she doesn't do a lot of international movies because she's trying to create that space where the kids can be there with her, and she's fostering this relationship with Van Hunt. So
But
you
that's the
know,
thing but that's what you got to do as a parent, though. Like,
yeah.
that's what you have to do as a parent. So yeah, I mean, and how old are the kids now?
Let's see. So we have let me get there. So she has two children. I know it is come on man, they acting like these kids hidden or something. Um, so she gave birth to the daughter in 2008, so she would be 16.
Mm.
And then they had the second child, Jesus, um, in 2012. So that kid is about 11, I think, or
Okay.
not 11, 12. I think 11 or 12.
Yeah.
So the kid that they're talking about, the son is just not reaching, teenage tween age, and she says she's trying to be there and teach the kid about, things about being black and being a black person and, you know, your culture and things like that. And they said his dad is dead set against it. And he's just trying to keep him in this little French land where he just living over here. And he's just unwilling to, you know, compromise. So hopefully they can get it together. You know, there's been a history of domestic violence. There's been a history of restraining orders between the two. Yes, on both sides. So, yeah, we just gonna have to see what happened. Sky Jackson's charges have been dropped against her boyfriend, who she was supposedly had pushed during an argument and got arrested.
That is
So
crazy.
yeah, she's saying that she is still engaged. They're very much in love, but there has been no word on the pregnancy. She has been very elusive with saying that. So, and then last week, I know we talked about Tyrese and his breakdown about his
after
the national anthem.
After that horrible singing.
The beard he had on, his contraption he had on. So he was recently on the Breakfast Club, and they said he broke down. And he said that.
God.
Yeah, they said he was on there crying on the Breakfast Club.
So I had pulled it up today, and I fell asleep before they even started talking.
I can't wait till you pull up things and put it on the screen so people can see what we're talking about.
Right, yeah, because he said he opened up about dealing with grief. So he said he's still dealing with grieving the late Paul Walker, who was his co-star in Fast and Furious, that died in that car accident with a race car driver. Yeah. And it's just like, I know grief is, you know, I can't put a time limit on anybody's grief, but it just seemed like, are you milking it? Like, are you like, I don't know. Maybe he is dealing with, I mean, it has been alleged for many years that Tyrese has been having some sort of mental issue where he's having these outbursts, he's having these, you know, where he's acting out, he's having incidents, he's jumping in and out of relationships with people. You know, it just seems like this is, I mean, we got on them Tyrese crying memes of, oh, what do you want from me? What more do you want from me? So it's like, you know, we've seen you have these outbursts. So it's like, is it really, you know, what's tea, Tyrese? What's it really? But he said that he was dealing with grief, and that's why, you know, he had these off performances and things. But it's like, you know, you're supposed to be playing Marvin Gaye in the movie, but you bombed at the, you know, the national anthem. So it's like, I don't know. At first I really was excited for him that role because I'm like, oh, he'll probably be good. But now I'm kind of questioning it, Tyrese.
Yeah, I'm kind of questioning therapy. He need to get some. He definitely need to get some therapy. But just a lot of stuff, and that's not just him. That's a lot of us. Like we have to really normalize going to therapy and starting to deal with our issues, because I would imagine, and you just have to really think about it, you know, from his standpoint too, navigating this industry and, you know, doing all of the stuff that he's done and trying to maintain and stay relevant, and, you know, all the stuff that he's trying to do and trying to make sure that he continues to work and all of that stuff. We're dealing with real life shit too. And it's a lot. Like, imagine how either of us would be able to handle, you know, that type of success. I mean, imagine how busy our lives are right now and the stuff that we are juggling and battling and trying to deal with and maintain and all of that stuff. And then you heighten it to the level that he's at. Like, he dealing with a whole lot of shit, as a lot of people are. And some people deal with it better. Some people block it out better than, you know, what other people do. I'm starting to have a little more, I guess, sympathy a little bit, you know, just in terms of him and like the mental stuff and the stuff that he's dealing with, because even me having gone through like kind of the mental piece of it and depression and all of that kind of stuff, like I kind of know where you could be in the middle of that kind of stuff now. So it's like, having dealt with it, at least that piece of it a little bit, I can have a little more heart and a little more sympathy in his case, because it's a lot of stuff. And then when you're dealing with it on a public spectrum, I mean, just like even think of when the people was trying to serve him the divorce papers and he was doing the concert and he dipped out real quick.
Through that, boy, I don't want to hear that.
I
But
don't understand how they had access.
Yeah,
they went
it's
through
just
that, that
and it's
divorce.
crazy.
But his wife came back and said that she regretted it and that she wished she was back with him. So
of course,
and she
but
said she said her friends, she listened to her friends and her friends made her leave her man and she missing him. So I don't know, Tyrese. Maybe y'all might need to reconnect. Cause
no, I would keep it moving too. I would keep it moving too because I got a serious problem with anybody that lets somebody else walk them out of a good situation. So I would keep it moving. She needs to sit down right where she at. But
so James, earlier in the show we talked about the Bennifer breakup, the end of Bennifer, Ben and Jen. They spun the block and they should have kept spinning. So what do you think about the divorce?
You said
they look at them. Look at them. Oh.
I can't.
I guess I don't feel any kind of way. I mean, I do think that obviously I do think they look good together, but I don't think that I don't know.
Have you ever spun a block on somebody and thought it was gonna be different and it was the same dang story?
Almost. Look, almost.
Me.
I was gonna say no, but almost. But still no.
That'd be me. I'd be like, you know what? Let's be toxic one more time. One more go round. Okay.
Girl.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't, but I can understand how people can sometimes. Hey, give me 1 second. Y'all talk. I'll be right back in. I'm sorry.
And then to be calling it the greatest love story ever told. Like I know I would have been embarrassed and I would have been pissed if I paid $20 million of my own money to be ridiculed. Like, and then I'm not only one movie, but 2 movies about being in love with you. And then my tour. Let's not forget the world tour got canceled because how bad the movie was. That's how bad the movie was.
I just don't understand. Folks out here spending money like it's just $20 or $50 or something. She up here spending whole millions. They're selling $1 million home or sold $1 million home, and we up here, Kat. We up here struggling off of mental health, off of the smallest bullshit ever known to man.
One little
and these people is literally spending millions. Like they should be literally crying every day, spazzing. Now that's something to spazz out about.
Yeah, it is. You're right about that. But that's why I feel like these celebrities really shouldn't be getting paid that much money. But that's just me. I think the teachers and the doctors and the the psychologists and the people that work with, dementia patients and the people that, them the people that need to be millionaires,
Yeah.
That's, but
especially these teachers.
Yeah, the teachers, because they, God bless them. God bless them and the kids that's going back, honey.
This generation growing up, baby. Oh my God.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I was reading a list of these words that are like popular among the kids. Like, do you know any of the slang words that's out nowadays, Tiff?
No. Nope. I've been trying to listen out. What's the so KJ, he plays he plays Fortnite with our little cousins, Diamond and Dwight. So I was listening to them talk. All you hear is bro. I'm like, so what is it gonna be? So you guys is going to school. What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be son? So what's up, son?
No, they say bruh. What's the other? It's like a lot of things. Do you know what mewing? Mewing? Do you know what mewing is?
No.
You ever see the kids go like this? They're like. So it's basically some stuff that kids don't even need to worry about. So on TikTok and stuff, there's something called facial exercises that you can do to stay looking young and stuff. So they go like this and they pull the face and pull the muscles and to keep you young. But kids are now doing that. So they be telling the teacher, they be like, oh, so if they say, Tiffany, answer this question, go to the board and answer that question. They be like, I'm mewing right now. I can't, I'm busy. So
Mew your ass again. Miss
right.
Mom,
The teacher said mewing. They said, I thought y'all was talking about mooing. I thought y'all was talking about some cows or some animal sounds. I'm like, yeah.
I'm mewing.
And then what's another one they say? They say sigma, like that's so sigma. Like that's supposed to mean, because you're supposed to be an alpha, like you're supposed to be like a big dog. So sigma is bad. Or if they be like, that's so Ohio. Ohio is supposed to be bad or lame or something. So it's like all of these words that
now that I haven't seen on Instagram in the comments a lot. That is so Ohio. I'm like,
they be like that bro. They be like that bro is King Ohio Sigma, and I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he lame, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Don't quote me on this. But,
now I heard the Ohio one, but the Sigma I have not.
Yeah, so they say aura, your aura points, or they say he don't got no Riz. I know you didn't hear Riz. Riz is short for charisma, like game. Like he ain't no player, he ain't got no Riz. He ain't got no game. And so what I'm telling y'all right now, the words is probably they like up the adults is on us. So this word's probably gonna be out. They always talking about capping, you lying.
Yeah, capping.
This is busting. This food busting.
Yeah, KJ uses that a
lot. Yeah, so then they say cringe, the Lulu, and then the word of the week. I know you know the word of the week that everybody been going crazy for. I even captioned my picture with it today. Demure. Have you heard demure? That's the word of the week. Are you crazy?
Demure?
You never heard that, Tiffany? I'm surprised from your TikTok, Instagram self.
Because I really haven't been on TikTok.
The saying is, it started with someone saying, this is me. I'm you see how I'm dressed for work, very demure, very classy, very mindful. So that's what you're supposed to say. So it now has transferred, it has went across the globe, honey, to the point where Peacock TV app was advertising that the nanny is on their app, and they pulled a clip of her saying, oh, that's so demure, because it's that hot right now. The word is hot.
What? The TV show Nanny?
Yes, that's my favorite TV show.
Okay,
I literally watch that every night to go to sleep. Don't sleep on a nanny. But demure is the word of the week right now. So people have been making fun, having all kind of fun with the word. So they've been saying, see how I didn't slash your tires? That was very demure, very classy of me. Like they were like, see how I didn't show up at your job and dragged you out of there? I was very mindful, very demure, very girly, very cutesy. So if you guys want to know, that is the word of the week. It'll probably be out by next week. But people are just they're loving demure. So everything is demure, classy.
I'm definitely using it next weekend. I'm definitely using it.
So that is.
I'm like, what does that look that cat got going on? All of that.
I'm very demure, very classy, very, very girly, very cutesy. So that is what it is. It's the word of that. I got to keep y'all up on all the slang. So
sorry, I gotta.
I was just schooling Tiff on, because the kids are going back to school. So you guys need to know these terms, so you could be listening and knowing what the heck they talking about. And then all the parents need to know about a Finsta.
Who?
Finsta is their fake Instagram. So a lot of kids have a public Instagram that the parents know about, that y'all parents are added on. They ain't on that thing. They is not on that page. They're on their Finsta.
Tipster.
Finsta. Fake.
Oh, Finsta. Okay. Yeah. Which is their fake page.
Yeah. So a lot of times all of them have fake pages, and they're all friends with each other. They're not friends with their family. They're not even friends with their other page. They have a totally private page. And this is where a lot of kids are getting in trouble. So there have been a lot of, especially Caucasian students that have been caught saying, racist stuff on their Finsta, not understanding that it's on the internet, it can get out. So a lot of people's, Finstas are being exposed. So you guys make sure you're checking your kids' phones going into this new school year. We don't want any bullying incidents, and we definitely don't want them saying anything embarrassing on the internet that a lot of people, they got their college scholarship taken away from the stuff they post on their Finsta or on their close friends or their private story, So please make sure y'all talking to y'all kids about social media and the internet and the powers of it. It's all fun and games until, yeah. So that's all. You guys make sure your kids got the new drip, make sure, they speaking facts, gotta say all these words, make sure they outfit fire.
I'm like, she going through all the lingo. Okay.
Fire.
Make sure they kicking it with their fam. Make sure they ain't getting ghosted. They ain't getting ghosted by their friends. Make sure you the GOAT. You the GOAT.
You the GOAT.
So then they got that word yat. I guess that's what's meant in big booty. I gotta do some more research on that one. She got that yat. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so you guys it's a lot of things going on with these kids. You ate and left no crumbs,
Yes, like, I heard that.
They be like, what's 4 + 4? You ate. So that's what they be saying. Like sometimes people put 4 + 4 under your picture. I'm like, what the fuck do 4 + 4? You ate. You did good. You cute.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of
it's just gonna get worse, man.
It's getting worse. And me, I think I'm forever young. So I'll be going up to kids like, I'm mewing. I know what I'm talking about. They be like, auntie, go ahead. So so yeah, so that was all the hot topics I wanted to touch on, you guys. We were supposed to be doing our new segment, Cat Got Your Tongue, and that's kind of a segue of me introducing my platform, my podcast, you guys. So my podcast will be premiering this fall. I'm in development. You guys know I have been working really hard on this for months. I have some amazing guests. You guys don't understand. Some of y'all favorite, oh my God, some of y'all favorite TikTokers, some of y'all favorite Instagrammers, some of y'all favorite YouTubers, some of y'all favorite rappers and musicians. I have a list. Like y'all, just tune in. You're gonna be pleasantly surprised.
Who that is, Cat? Who that is?
What?
Who that is? You gonna have coming on with your first guest? Who that is?
My first guest. So I have this in talks. Now I have to get back with her because she was scheduled when I first was supposed to premiere my show, but I had to switch some things around and work on it a little more. So if you guys don't know, I do have a close friendship with Maria Jade, who is the main dancer that went on tour with Usher that was during his residency. And she is known as the bad girl because she comes out on a pole when they say, "You're a bad girl."
Bad girl.
And you know how they clap?
You ain't a bad girl.
She turns upside down and claps her heels with her feet on the pole. Click, click. She was one of the biggest staples of the residency. And you guys know, like Keke Palmer, all the people that went to the residency, rave reviews about her. She also starred in P-Valley. She was a body double for the main character. She is the only person in the title credits in the beginning. That's her. And then she also plays Centoya, who is a character in the second season. Okay. So Maria J is not one to play with. She's been coming back to Akron. She's been selling meals. She's been doing twerk classes. She also has a business called Fountain of Roots. That is, she does sea moss and different vitamins and different minerals and things from the earth. Like she goes over to Jamaica and all these different places and finds these ingredients and brings them back home. And she has a body on her. So if you want a body and all that energy that she has to get up on stage and perform and stuff, Maria J will be on Cat Got Your Tongue podcast. And so I'm telling y'all, she's gonna give us the scoop. And I know y'all been waiting on P-Valley to come back. So hopefully we get some insider information.
You better tell us something.
Yeah, so she is a really good person. And I have a couple other, I have some social media stars. I ain't gonna say too much, but some really heavy hitters out here. So
So
Keep watching, guys.
I got some ideas. We got to talk offline. Oh man, this is dope. Okay.
So I'm done with the cat got your tongue, James. Is there anything else that you want to add for the show?
Listen, mm, how do I want to say this? You know, I be such a hard ass all the time. Let me just say I love y'all. I was gonna say, damn, she
No,
got off.
sorry. Technical difficulties. Keep going. You said you loved us.
Feeling my heart, and she done got off. Damn, Tiff.
You said
Nah,
about
I just want to say I love y'all. I say it all the time, but I love y'all. So let me tell you what happened. So, of course, y'all know I be running like a slave. So, you know, I drove overnight last night, and because I had some stuff I needed to take care of, and then I slept a little bit. Then I had to take Amanda to an appointment, and did that, and was tired. But you know, I came home. I'm like, okay, I got a few hours before the podcast. You know, I'm gonna come home and actually do the right thing. I'm gonna lay down for a little bit because I really needed to go drive. So I was like, I'm gonna take my ass home and lay down, and that was all she wrote. Like I pulled up the Breakfast Club because Tyrese was on there. When I tell you I was asleep before they even, because you know when you pull it up on YouTube, you know play a couple commercials before it actually starts. So I fell asleep on the commercials, and I slept right on through the first hour of Transcending The Culture. So when I tell you, like, I'm so sorry.
Cat called it. She said
I called it. I said he sleeps. I know.
Sleep.
Listen, I know.
When I tell
my
y'all,
husband. James is one of the. I told you I call him the hardest working man in media for a reason.
When
This
I tell
man
y'all,
works
I'm so
himself
sorry.
to the bone
But
for everything. So I
but
knew.
what is screwed
I
up
said, if
though
he not
was
answering.
our first guest. Like literally, I hung up with her publicist 5 minutes before that. So I was supposed to be sending her the link. I hadn't sent the link yet.
Oh wow!
That's what I was trying to do because me and her had added each other, but I'm like, I don't know if she has the link. I don't know if he sent it to the publicist. So I'm like, I didn't know. I was gonna go ahead. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and send her on the link.
I think what I'm gonna do too, because I know you have like the back end knowledge of StreamYard and all that stuff now too. Mm-hmm. Is I'm gonna start CCing you on like the communications, like when I send all of the stuff out to everybody, so that then should anything happen, like if you gone, I can obviously do everything, and if I'm gone, you can obviously do everything, and then we'll clue Tiffany in and make sure that Tiffany know how to run stuff in case something happened and neither one of us could get on, and Tiffany like, well, I want to go on.
Right.
Well, wait a minute, that's what was going on today. I was telling Kat, I'm sitting here like, I'm about to get up on this Facebook. I'm about to get up on this Instagram. Baby, both of them was coming. Kat was like, well, what do you want to do? I said, we getting on this thing today.
Maybe we should be here.
I understand.
It's like I'm already on here, so we doing the show today.
Yeah. And I understand, like, even if it was one of y'all, like, I understand that life happens and stuff happens. And, you know, obviously that's why we have our setup the way that we have it, because we know that life happens and we got a lot of stuff that we juggle.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even tripping on that aspect. I was tripping more so because it kind of held up T.Rozie too, because T.Rozie was supposed to come on. But then what I also didn't realize is that T.Rozie was, and see, she worked hard too, because even as an artist, she still got a job too. So she had to go back to work. So that's what. So I actually, when I had to step away a few minutes ago, her publicist was calling me. And the cool thing is that I'm really grateful for my circle. So not even just y'all, but like the publicists that I work with and the people that I work with, like we all get it, and we all are juggling life, and we all got a lot of stuff going on. So the publicist understood too. And she was like, oh, and then she said, don't worry about it. We'll reschedule it. So she's actually working on that now. So she was calling me a few minutes ago. So that's why I had to step away.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, I figure he'll, get a reschedule, because I just, me and Tiff was like, we was feeling her music. We were feeling her vibe. We checked
like she's really dope. She's
been in the magazine. So I'm like, I know we really want to talk to her, but I'm like, we just have to schedule her because she's too good to miss. Too good
But
to miss.
I appreciate
Yeah,
y'all.
I
I
was just
love
talking
y'all. And
about.
it's funny because Amanda was texting me and she was like, she said, "How did Cat know how to start this?" I said, Cat good like that. I don't know my girls. They good like that. They got this show right. I was in there slobbing on the pillow. Tiffany and Cat had to go. They ain't playing. They wanted to get on. So it's all good. I appreciate y'all.
No, for real.
I
No, for
appreciate
real.
y'all. I love y'all. I think that's why we are the team that we are because we can all bounce off of each other and we know how to get it popping and keep it going if the other one ain't there. And that's it.
Oh,
Yes.
look at my friend Marcus. Thank you, Twain. Yes, we keeping
Listen,
it up. We going. We got so much more. Oh my God, coming for you guys. You guys don't even
um,
know.
so yeah,
Woo.
we actually have a lot of guests who are lined up for the podcast. A lot of stuff happening. Then of course, Cat Got Your Tongue, which I know that you're gonna have some amazing people on there.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
So
y'all
it's a lot of
favorite
stuff
guests and some
happening.
of y'all favorite artists around Akron and Cleveland, and
And
some Tubi movie stars as
and
well.
without saying
So
who, we are gonna have some real life hot topics on here too. So I got some stuff lined up as far as that too.
maybe
So
some people we even mentioned today.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So we that's
Some people in the hot topics, y'all. So I'm telling y'all,
ah, you stupid.
please keep watching. Yes, that's a little tease. That's a little clue. Because when y'all see who it is, y'all gonna be so surprised.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff lined up, and yeah, that's really it. I'm interviewing, and this is actually gonna go under it's gonna go under the bucket list. But
Mm.
I'm interviewing Gerald Austin. So Gerald Austin was a part of the Manhattans. Legendary
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
Sunday. So that's gonna be a part of the
I'm
bucket
gonna
list.
have to tell my dad. He loves the Manhattans. Listen, he was over
Yes,
here
we're gonna
playing
have
some
to get
stuff for.
these great aunties on here.
Yeah,
Listen. He was
so that's
playing
on
that for
Sunday.
me, and he was playing that for me and Michaela, talking about what y'all know about this. You know when the parents say what y'all know about this, it's gonna be some
Right, right,
it's
right.
gonna be some stuff you really don't know. You be like, dang, who is this? Hold on. I'm like, I'm not hip, Dad. Dang, tell me. I didn't know this was. I didn't know who this was by. I knew the song, but I didn't know who.
Yeah,
So it's really interesting. I love that you guys bring on some guests that I may know the song, but I don't necessarily know the artist or I don't know the
yeah,
history. And it's important that us, especially as Black people in this culture, in this, this R&B, hip hop, Motown, jazz, this culture that we love so much, that we educate the people that came after us on these amazing
absolutely.
artists and where they come from. And that's why a lot of artists are able to sample today, because someone exposed them to the past. That's why we have so many great samples and music that have come from being inspired from the people before that. Remember when we had True Phone and we found out how many
Yeah.
songs were sampled? I'm like, my girl Doja Cat, your song, my girl, it's like, oh man. So I'm excited.
So yeah, so that's going on.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of stuff happening. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all had it going tonight. So I appreciate you, ladies. No, that's all the comments I had. And everybody knows that they can follow me at I am James Grant across social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I still call it Twitter.
X.
Yeah, X.
Yeah.
Snap.
X.
Yeah, Snap, and then yeah, follow us Transcendent_TC, or Transcending TC on all platforms. And anything from you, ladies?
Well, just keep watch out. We're gonna get the doctors on here, and for you guys who, like I said, who has questions, and we're gonna get you some answers. And just keep following us. And remember, October is coming up with the breast cancer and the rheumatoid and the lupus. I think it's the month after that. So we definitely gonna try to get you guys in the loop to see what you can do about your health. And I'm going to start back in the gym. So if y'all see my face getting a little skinny, I'm okay. I don't want y'all thinking I'm sick. I am and I'm on that, but for my diabetes,
You ain't
and
right.
but I'm not losing no weight. I'm not losing no weight.
Yeah.
Off of that, which thank God. But
Yeah.
it's definitely helping with my sugar and everything. So you
Yeah,
know,
because it's not just for that too. Because it's I know a number
no,
of people
it's
who
not.
I know a number of people who are on it, but it's not like a weight loss thing. They're not losing weight
I'm
Right.
maintaining, and I'm maintaining my sugar. Sometimes my sugar does drop.
on it.
So and it's hard, you guys. I know, the ones that is insulin dependent. I'm not insulin dependent. Is what I gotta watch for. So if I pass out, they have this reel, y'all. I was gonna share this reel. This girl, I thought it was this girl's husband, but she said when you helping your, I think it was when you helping your husband or his sugars drop. So he's sitting there like this. He done pass out because his sugar dropped. But she's sitting there watching a movie with him and trying to hold his drink like, oh my God, here we go again. So she's trying to help him eat, help him drink. They at the park, his sugar dropped. He like this. I should have shared it. You gotta like literally see it. But it
Yeah,
had
I want
something to
to.
do with the whole sugar and everything. I'm gonna look for it because that I was raw. Man. Yeah, you guys just make sure you have some candy and some food you eat. You'll be all right. But you can
Oh
follow me
wow.
on both platforms, Facebook, Tiffany Millines, Instagram, and TikTok, Tiffany Millines 7. And I will see you later. Cat?
So you guys know you can follow me on all platforms at Cat Queen. I have Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I am trying to grow my TikTok following, so please, if you see any of my TikTok, share, repost. I have a TikTok that's sitting at 52K right now and growing, and that's for views. So yeah, follow me. I got some stuff that I'm recording, and some funny stuff that's gonna be coming out this week. So follow me.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, until next time, listen, we appreciate you guys for watching us. Make sure that you guys pull us up online, ugdigital.com. Make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, share us with your friends and with your family. Let everybody know that we are here. We got a whole lot more stuff coming for you guys, but until next Tuesday, or maybe somewhere
Maybe
in
sooner.
between, because I am kind of planning something, possibly with T.Rozie. So
Mm.
you guys post it. But until the next time, y'all have a great evening and enjoy yourselves.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Where she go with that? Bye, everybody.